So the story with the food stamp toast lady is that she did have children and she was on SNAP benefits as of the New Jersey website, and then she lost custody of her children and then didn't qualify for SNAP benefits.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us. You guys are the real MVP. So lovely. So lovely. So I came across these stitches on my For You, and I thought to share where this bank called woman who actually came out to mock people that are under SNAP benefit, asking them what they use their October, money to do. The thing is that it didn't really sit out for a lot of people, and I see that she has actually lost her job, even though she was once someone who actually benefited from this government assistance. Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. All right, lovelies, let's dive into it.
Y'all, listen. Apparently, she lost her job. I don't know if that's true. If it's not true, there was a lovely content creator, a beautiful young lady. She came on here and said that the lady had lost her job. I don't know if that's true. But if it is true, I really wish the best for her, because even though she got online and said what she said, I'm pretty sure she did not know that she was going to get that type of backlash from people online and from her fucking job. Now, however, y'all, damn, I don't know. I keep telling y'all, you have to be careful with the shit you put out online. We keep seeing these videos back to back to back to back. People getting online thinking they can say anything and they have certain type of jobs. And then I heard she was asking about where's the food stamps. It's like, where you think the food stamps at, baby? The food stamps gone. They gone, baby. People spent that and people had to feed their fucking family. What do you think? Has anybody else saw this topic? I know I cannot be the only one who keep on seeing videos on my For You page about the lady, the Christian woman, eating a peanut butter sandwich. I know I'm not the only one. How do y'all feel about old girl getting online, going crazy, and allegedly, she has now lost her job?
Food stamps are now called SNAP. And for this to come up in here and make fun of people who are receiving the fucking food for help while she's got Jesus all over her page. Jesus is watching you. But one of my first childhood memories was Reagan on the television. And I remember my mom crying because he cut food stamps. And my mom was like, what the are we supposed to do for food now? And I remember we had to go fucking to some church and beg for food. And my mom was so embarrassed. I thought she was going to... Any of you ignorant making fun of the poor, you will pay for that. And you're a fucking... Because you people are disgusting. The Republican Party is the most disgusting pile I've ever seen in my life.
This outrage cannot be any more valid. For those who don't know, he is referring to this lady on TikTok who was eating butter and peanut butter on toast, and she was basically asking people who are going to be running out of their food stamps, what did you do with your food stamps in October? She's basically saying, why didn't you save up from October so that you can use those food stamps for this month? Are you crazy? It's literally me coming on here and I'm eating some burn-ass toast and I'm trying to lecture people about worrying if they can pay their bills next month and saying, what did you do with last month's bills? Did you pay those? Why didn't you just not pay those bills in October so that you can have more money saved up for bills for next month? It's this trend for them to start making fun of people who are worried about losing their SNAP benefits and their food stamps. They don't even realize that majority of the population who rely on food stamps are red voters in red states. Not all of them. The crazy thing is that us on the left are fighting so hard for everybody to be able to feed themselves, feed their children, for people who need these benefits to have access to those benefits or to have whatever resources they need. Despite who they voted for, we are fighting for everybody. you are already turning against your own people. Hopefully she gets beef, not only from people on the left, but from people on the right, from her own people who voted the way that she voted, and from other fellow Christians. And the worst part is she even goes further to mock these people by saying, it looks like you're gonna have to go to a food pantry for Thanksgiving. Those food pantries give away turkeys and all the sides and the leftover carvings, so you may need to start thinking about that. How psychotic do you have to be? How selfish, how evil do you have to be? And yet she has Jesus all over her house. If there's a chance that you may need to visit a food pantry in order for you to have Thanksgiving with your family, there is no shame in that. There is nothing wrong with that. It's people like this that claim they're Christian and that they are Trump supporters that are trying to make it seem as if you should feel ashamed and you should not even go to a food pantry to enjoy Thanksgiving, because since you rely on food stamps and benefits, you do not deserve to celebrate. You do not deserve to enjoy a holiday with your family simply because you need a little bit of extra help from the government. To that toast eating lady making fun of people who rely on SNAP benefits, worried about how they're going to feed their families next month, there is absolutely no place for you in heaven. Jesus has no place for you by his side whenever your time comes. Karma is going to get this evil woman, and it is already starting by these hateful comments that she is receiving, and very well deserved. I really hope that you can get to a place in life that you can understand the struggle for all these people. It may mean you having to lose your job and realize how hard it is to actually make money, to find a job right now, to find ways to support yourself and feed yourself. Let's hope that you don't get in that situation, but if you do, because if you lose your job because of this video, now you will understand the struggle that these people are going through that you mocked. Let's see how you're going to feel about that later.
So the story with the food stamp toast lady is that she did have children and she was on SNAP benefits as of the New Jersey website, and then she lost custody of her children and then didn't qualify for SNAP benefits anymore. I just think if you're going to go to the internet and you're going to be that much of a fart, people are going to find out who did it and why.
This lady has been waiting a very long time to say what she said. If you missed it, this is Food Stamp Lady, someone who's clearly not in Group 7. She came on Al Gore's internet to judge people who may not get their food assistance next month, to ask them what they did last month with their food assistance last month. This is not a one-off. This isn't one radical lady with some weird thoughts. This is what a significant portion of this population believes. And they have been itching to say something about it for years. To you. To the recipients of food assistance. These people, when they see someone swiping an EBT card, they immediately look at what they bought. Lucky Charms. Oh, skirt steak. Well, I'm here with hot dogs for my children. And in their mind, they're not only having to pay for their groceries, but their tax money is paying for yours as well. And even though that's not how it works, that's how they feel about it. And they've been waiting a long time. They did not vote for Donald Trump because they were enamored with his concepts of a healthcare plan. They voted for him because he's cruel. He's willing to do that, to put those people in a situation where they're begging. And these people have been waiting to wag the finger in their face at desperate people. Keep in mind, the people on assistance are not the deadbeat parent. They're the ones who are willingly taking the children, who continue to provide for them, have a job and a half or two. They're the ones that go to the parent-teacher conferences. They're the ones saving up right now for Christmas. And that food assistance is what keeps the lights on in their house. It keeps them from getting foreclosed on or evicted. It keeps them in the car that brings their children to school. These people, these Christians, these Trump voters, see none of that. They see your Lucky Charms and see it as excessive to them. And they've been waiting to say something for a long time. She may be the only example that we've seen so far. These people want you to know that they don't have pity for you because you've been buying Lucky Charms when you could have been buying oats in bulk. I keep hearing that Pluto in Aquarius is going to reveal things. We keep thinking of corruption. It's going to reveal government corruption. What if it's just revealing what's inside of your heart? All of us collectively. And this is the first glimpse of this particular revelation.
Peanut butter toast lady lost her job. In case you missed it, there's this lady who made a video eating peanut butter toast talking about how she's making fun of people who have received SNAP benefits. And she's like, what did you spend last month's money on? Girl, food! They spent it on food. And then as she eats her store-bought bread, she definitely didn't make that bread herself based on the shape. And the peanut butter that is processed, she asks if they bought processed junk or if they stocked up on pantry staples. And I guess because she just lost her job, she's going to find out how absolutely ridiculous that statement is. She's about to know. Didn't she? Didn't you? God, I really hope she did. I really hope she's been out there creating an ingredient-only household so that she can try to make something with it for the next 2 months after not receiving her paycheck. Because, lady, get real. If you do not have the capacity to not wish your fellow neighbor to starve to death in their own home, to have kids going to school hungry, to have parents skipping meals so they can feed their kids, if that doesn't make you feel sick that it is happening in and around your neighborhood to people who voted like you, to people who didn't vote like you, people who look like you, who don't look like you, girl, bye. You're not on the team.
I think we've all seen the video of the lady who was just masticating on a piece of burnt toast while trying to claim some level of superiority while condescending to people on SNAP benefits that she doesn't care that you're not getting your benefits in November from what looked like her poorly lit double-wide trailer. And therein lies the problem with Trump supporters. That woman is far closer to being on food stamps than she will ever be to Donald Trump. But she wants to shit on people on food stamps from what looked like not a high-income home. And what a soulless move. What a truly categorically evil move to set up your phone while you're sitting there with your burnt toast in your poorly lit kitchen and laugh about people not getting food, kids not getting food, elderly people not getting food, veterans not getting food in the month of Thanksgiving. You have to be evil to do that. But the reality is, people like that are incredibly sad. She is desperate to paint her life as better than it is because she can hate on somebody that's less than her. It's the shit rolls downhill narrative, right? We've done this throughout time. There's always somebody worse that you can shit on, and then it's okay that you're being shit on by the people up there. And it's just never lost on me that woman is this close from food stamps herself in this economy. I know what grocery prices are. It's horrific. But she would rather cling to the ideal that they're the shitty ones, and someday she'll be like Trump. But he loves the poorly educated, I guess. So by now I think we've all seen the video of the lady who...
To the lady eating toast in her TikTok, scrutinizing people on food stamps, wondering what they did with their October food stamp benefits. I want to remind you, and all of us, as a retired nurse, that you and we are one diagnosis, one major accident away from being in that position. So maybe empathy is in order instead of scrutiny. Have a great...
To all the people complaining gas prices are too high, what'd you do with the last tank of gas you had? Did you siphon off some from another car and put it in gas cans for later? Or did you just go get premium when you know you needed regular unleaded? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for these gas prices. You can also thank them for global warming. Tariffs. And that your favorite sports team isn't good. They could put a stop to all of this.
Imagine judging people for needing food stamps while you admitted that you need 2 jobs to survive. Be fucking for real. She's questioning what people did with their October benefits as if they were supposed to stretch to November. It's giving really out of touch energy. And based on her content...
And I'm stuck in this job. So I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the whole videos.
It's also giving selective memory because you're talking about struggling too. Congratulations, you're exhausted and underpaid. Working multiple jobs to cover groceries isn't the brag that you think. It's proof that even people doing everything right still can't get ahead. And this whole work harder mindset assumes that everyone has the same opportunities. Childcare support, health, and access to work, which just isn't true.
Things I have to do, so I'm just going all the time, and all I do is work. I'm here all the time.
Now, I would say you agree based on these posts. You can argue about who's a lazy adult or who isn't. I'm more worried about the kids. The kids are going to be the one who will really struggle from the loss of benefits if that happens next month. And if your family is going to be one of those affected, check your local resources now. Putting others down for struggling doesn't make your struggle more respectable. Spread kindness, not hate.
42 million Americans receive SNAP benefits, EBT, food stamps, whatever you want to call it, and in about a week on November 1st, there will be no more funding and people's SNAP cards will not have funds loaded on them, which means they will be going hungry. 39% of SNAP benefits in this country go to children, are feeding children. Children are going to go hungry in a week. For everybody asking, what do we do? What should we do? Protest doesn't work. Feed your neighbors. Feed people. This is the time. You need to invite people into your homes to feed them. Start a Food Not Bombs chapter. I don't have all the answers, but there is a clear problem and a clear call to action right now, and that is in 1 week, people are going to go hungry, and it is your job to feed your neighbors. I used to run a Food Not Bombs chapter, and that involved getting food that otherwise would have been thrown out from grocery stores or restaurants, preparing it into a hot, healthy meal, and serving it on the street to literally anyone who wanted it. When I lived in Kansas City, there was a guy on my block that would go to the food bank once a week, and he would get gallons of milk for all of the people on my street that didn't have cars and couldn't carry home heavy groceries, and he would just leave the gallon of milk on their porch. I also ran a carpool for some kids on my block, and I always made sure that I had healthy snacks, I had breakfast, I would pick them up from sports practice or take them to school, and I always made sure that I had food available for them, just in case they didn't have it at home. This involves talking to your neighbors and knowing where people are at and what their needs are, but I implore you in some way, if you feel like you need to do something, you feel compelled to take action, feed your neighbors.
Lovely. People should actually be aware that so many people are going through a lot. This period of time is not even a period of time to mock people, because so many people will go to an extent to put in your place. Okay, I think I staged this woman's video 2 days ago to 3 days where she was all out. She perfectly did her toast, and she decided to question people who are SNAP beneficiary, asking them what they use their October money to do. How come they actually ended up using up all of their October spendings? What they're using it to do. And the thing is that so many people saw that video. It wasn't sitting well with a lot of people. It wasn't sitting well with people. People answered her like they probably used it. Like, I don't even see that question as a reasonable one, because definitely people are going to use it to sort themselves, right? Okay. The thing is that when this woman staged this video, it went viral and people were stitching her video, and it didn't end well. And now the information reaching is the fact that she lost it. And the thing is that she was once under SNAP, right? Or maybe I think she actually requested for it and she was denied. And before you know it, she lost custody of her kids. And before you know it, she became a very bitter person. That means there are so many people who actually voted the way at which they voted because of their maybe personal hurt or personal feeling, or because they felt that since they cannot reach for this, or since they cannot actually do this, every other person should not get it. There are some people like that. There are some people that when they knew deep inside of them that they are not qualified for something, you knew deep inside that you are not qualified for something, they will go to any length to make sure that other people who actually qualifies for it does not also qualify. They just want everybody to be in their own predicament, even though your own story is very different from every other person's story. And now with this thing going on with the SNAP, I am getting to realize that so many people actually voted the way at which they did because because of their own personal reason, or because they felt something was not going on their own terms and conditions. So therefore, every other person should suffer for it. And that is a very, very bad thing to actually do, because you're not getting something which you are not qualified to get, then you go around to do something that will actually, or to celebrate when someone that actually qualifies it does not also do that, or you go around to do something that will make that will actually make sure that the same person who qualifies it does not have it. This is just to show you that there are some people who are some people's enemy of progress. I know that so many people are reacting to the fact that, oh my God, this is what is going on. Oh my God, I know, but there are people genuinely who actually needed this. And now I've seen so many stitches, people celebrating. People are like, yeah, good for you, go get a job and all of that. Yeah, it is not. The thing is that I'm not disputing the fact that there are so many people who actually abused it. I've seen some stitches where people were stating and giving the reasons why they're like, okay, I think this should be. People were of the opinion that this benefit is not something that is a permanent thing. I think it's something that you need, you know, till when you get back to your feet. It's not something that you have to depend on, even though you still have the capacity to do something to generate income for yourself. Like, seriously, love this. But to go to the extent of maybe trying to mock people who are depending on this, or maybe try to mock people like disabled people, veterans, or old people, I don't think it's something that is to be celebrated. And the fact remains that there are so many people who this has accepted, have affected, and they don't like it. So when they see stitches like this, they tend to go, report you at your workplace and trying to give reasons. I have seen so many people losing jobs because of this present administration and the way at which you say things. Like, the thing is that internet is a place that does not forget. So no matter how decide you are, I think there is a point in your life which you don't even need to, like, you just have to be reasonable sometimes. So it's got to everyone's attention that this lady actually lost custody of her children, and she used to be under the SNAP, whatsoever, which she was denied, or she applied and she was denied, and because of that, she became so bitter and celebrate using that, toasted bread, eating it, and mocking and mimicking people who cannot afford it. Like, this life can actually turn around. This life can it can just twist. You might be celebrating today, tomorrow it might even be your turn. you know Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So, lovelies, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not, support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe, leave a thought, and I will see you, lovers, when I upload the next one.